Hey family, hi friends. I've gotten so many comments. So nice to hear from so many of you. I appreciate the feedback. Today is Wednesday, March 18th, and the kids started online school today. And I was wondering what that was going to be like. I was a little anxious about that, but so far, I mean, after the first day, it's not so bad. They were both, and they didn't say anything too horrible about it. So let's see what day 2 brings. But for today, I'm feeling really grateful about that we're done with that, and that it had a good vibes from both of them. And so I've had a really nice day. It's been busy. The studios are getting back online to do classes, and I've been attending some meetings and taking some classes from a couple of different studios. I'm going to start teaching Friday and Saturday for one of our local studios here called Balance. So I'm really excited to do a live class. So I'm going to be prepping for that. So this is pretty much my favorite time of the day to do it. It's around 4 or 5 o'clock. It's actually my favorite time to go to the beach too. Me and my hubby love this time of on the beach. So I'm hoping that summer comes and that maybe, hopefully, we can enjoy a little bit of the summer out. Anyway, so come move with me. I'm not gonna make this too long. I definitely want to get, again, myself ready for my evening. And so I feel like practicing at this time really helps me set my tone for the rest of the night. So I'm just gonna sit for a moment. I'm sitting on my shins and I'm gonna close my eyes to take a couple of nice deep breaths and then just settling in. Drop my chin down to my chest and breathe into the base of my skull. Inhale my head up and back. It's a big yes shape. Inhaling and exhaling as I move my head up and down. Yes, for another day. Thank you for another healthy day. Very grateful. I'm gonna roll my shoulders back a couple of times and then roll them in the other direction. Yesterday I did a chair yoga video for my mom. She loved it. I'm gonna take my arms up and back. So she was really happy with that. So I'm so happy that she was happy. And then I'm gonna put my elbows in. And I told her I would do another one in a couple of days for her. And I'm just doing one last time. These are soft elbows, bit of a cactus shape here. And then I'm gonna come back to center. Nice job. And then I'm gonna give you my side view. I'm gonna come to tabletop. Hands underneath the shoulders and knees underneath my hips. And then I'm moving my spine in and out of cow shape. That's when your chin and your tailbone are away from one another. And then cat shape, chin and tailbone towards one another, big C shape. And you can do as many of these as you like, integrating the breath and the movement. And then it's supple and it's constant, it's flowing, it's continuous movement on your breath. And then I'm gonna make big circles around my kneecaps and the heels of my hands, big wide circles in one direction. And then I'm gonna pause to do that in the opposite direction. Nice. And then I'm gonna come through center and extend my legs long so I can find a high plank shape here. Pedal my knees in my high plank, pressing the ground away, my belly's drawing in. I'm almost rounding my upper back just a little bit. And I'm gonna pick my hips up and drop my head down, downward facing dog. Little movement, I like to shimmy my hips to the side, dropping my heels to one side and then the other side. And then I'm gonna walk my feet up to my hands today. Lengthen halfway up, tabletop my spine.
And then bow and fold again, soft knees. I'm gonna give myself a big hug. Oh, I'm not really hugging anybody, my husband or my kids. I feel so bad. But I can hug myself. And then I'm gonna roll my shoulders up and back. And then in the other direction. Nice job. I'm gonna take my arms around and up. Interlace my fingers and flip my palms up and back. Little upper back bend. And then I'm gonna take it over to the side. I'm gonna take it up and over to the other side. Nice. And then I'm gonna bring my arms back. Interlace my fingers, roll my shoulder blades in, and then I'm going to come forward to fold. Arms up, head down. Feels so good. And I'm going to bring my hands down to the ground and step back to a high plank, and then downward facing dog. Nice. And then bring my knees to the ground, and I'm going to turn to face you because I'm coming into a bit of a gate shape. I'm going to come and stand on my knees. I step my leg out to the side. Leg is nice and long. Make sure the foot is not forward or back, and then I'm sliding my hand down my thigh. I'm picking up my arm, big side bend. Oh. I'm gonna inhale, lift, stretch. I'm coming for a bit of a half moon shape. I think I did this the other day. Bend my knee, stretch the top of my leg. I'm gonna come out of it. Inhale to lift. Pull my hands to my hips, second side. Again, make sure the foot is right in line with your hip, not forward or behind your hip. The sole of the foot is pressing into the ground. My arm will come down. I'm lifting my opposite arm up and pull. Big extension. And then I'm going to come through center, big, wide T-shaped arms, and down, and lift up and up and up. Nice job. Bend my knee, catch my ankle. I'm going to kick my leg back. Oh. Exhale, release. I feel a little beat up. And then I'm turning to that tabletop again to move my spine in and out of count cat. I'm just saying that I feel a little, I'm sure that we're all feeling beat up a little bit. So it kind of feels good. Even these small movements feel so rewarding in my body. Curl my toes under, hips up and back. Nice job. I'm going to take my right leg up to the side. Ooh, there's my palm tree. And open the hip and circle it in one direction, and then I'm going to circle it in the opposite direction. Knee into around my upper back, step my foot between my thumbs. And this time I'm coming right into a high lunge. I'm taking my arms forward and up. Big high lunge. Big breath in and out here as I sink nice and deep into that left hip flexor. Release my hands and step back to downward facing dog. Flutter my lips, relax my head. Little movement to my legs, and my head feels straight to me. You can always just find stillness. You don't have to rock or move at all in your down dog. Shift forward, high plank, knees, chest and chin to the ground. And then I'm going to slide through low on the ground and pick up my chest, baby cobra. And then I'm going to release my forehead down. And I'm doing that 2 more times. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Last time, inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. I'm pressing back through an extended child's pose. My hips land on my heels, belly on my thighs, arms long, big breath in and out. Second side. Through your tabletop, you can look for that cow shape and cat shape a couple of times. And then make your way into downward facing dog. So we can do the second side. Hips up, head down. Second side, it's the left leg that lifts this time. Oh, bend the left knee, my poor palm tree. Circle it. And soon these palm trees will be outside in the front porch. I can't wait till the weather gets a little better to pull them out. Hollow out the belly as you round, tuck the chin to your nose. Or knee to your nose and step forward. And then with the foundation nice and solid, my arms are going to reach forward and up, and I'm coming into a high lunge. And then I'm sitting deep into that front knee. Front knee is right and stacked above my ankle. High lunge. Exhale, release, step back. Downward facing dog. Shift forward, high plank. Knees, chest, and chin. Slide through a baby cobra, pick up my chest. And I'm doing that 2 more times. I'm going to fold. and inhale, rise. Exhale, fold, and inhale, rise. Last time, lower, and lift, up and back, downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. Again, my right leg goes up, bend my right knee, I'm stepping my right foot between my thumbs. My back heel is gonna come down, I'm gonna come into warrior one. Lift my arms up and up. I'm gonna soften the elbows and pick up the back of my heart. I'm coming through center, take the arms forward and down, pick up my back heel, step back, high plank. This time I bend my elbows straight back through chaturanga to low push-up plank, down to the floor. Inhale, a baby cobra that's getting a little bit taller. Exhale, release. Inhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. Second side, it's the left leg that lifts. Bend the left knee. I'm stepping into warrior one. Pull the left knee into your chest, hollow at the belly. Step forward between the thumbs. The back heel, you're going to turn so that it pivots and drops down to the ground. The right toes are pointing towards the top corner of the mat. Those back toes, and then take the arms forward and up. It's warrior one. Soften the elbows and pick up the back of your heart. So you're squared to the top of your mat. Exhale, release. Step back, high plank. Bend the elbows, straight back, lower. Inhale, pick up your chest. Baby cobra, maybe getting a little bit taller as you lengthen the elbows. Exhale, release. Downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing. I'm going to lift my heels high and bend my knees. You can take tiny little steps or little hops to get to the top. Lengthen halfway up and exhale, fold. I'm going to bend my knees and go right through chair pose. Sit nice and low. Big breath in and out. Fold, hips up, head down. Lengthen halfway up, prepare. Bend your knees, step back, left leg. Step back, right leg, bend the elbows straight back to the ribs, lower halfway down, chaturanga. It's a low push-up plank. Up dog, chest is up, belly's up, thighs are up, knees are up, shins are up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up and step the right foot between the thumbs, back from the heel down. Inhale, warrior one again. Nice job. Soften the elbows and pick up the back of your heart. Come back through center. This time we're going to take the left wrist in hand and look for a big side bend to the right. Come back through center. Take the right arm and look for a big side bend over to your left. Come through center, release, step back. It's a high plank. Bend the elbows lower. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Second side, lift the left leg up. Bend the left knee. You're stepping into warrior one. Step the foot between the thumbs. Back heel down. Inhale, lift. Lift and lift. Soften the elbows. Pick up the back of your heart. Come back through center. Take the right wrist and hand up and over to the left. In your warrior one legs. Second side, left arm up and over. Come back through center. Release. Step back. High plank. Bend the elbows lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your knees down to the ground and look for a child's pose. Hips back, arms back, fold. Inhale and exhale. You can always catch a little bit of water. I'm not sure what I did with my water, but I'm going to settle in. So I'm going to pick up my chest and sit on my shins and press my palms into my thighs to pick up my chest. I'm building some heat, which I love. This room is feeling, I closed the doors today, so the room's getting a little warmer. A little more humid in here, so it feels nice. It feels a little tropical today, actually. And then I'm going to continue. Extend the legs long and lift hips up and back. I'm going to take my right leg up and bend my right knee, open my hip. And this time when I step my foot, it's going to be outside of my right hand, nice and wide. Yep, I'm going to drop my back knee and I'm going to bounce my hips just a little bit. Big hip opener. So the foot is outside of my hand. And then I'm going to see if I can take it a little bit deeper by bending my elbows and dropping. I can extend my back toes nice and long. It's a bit of a lizard shape. And then I'm going to take my right hand inside of my right inner thigh. I'm going to roll that thigh away, pick up my right foot a little bit and roll back. Look up and up and up. Big hip opener. Exhale, release. Curl my back toes under. I'm going to pick up my back knee. I'm going to take a giant step back to my downward facing dog. Second side, left leg lifts. Bend the left knee, open the hip. The foot stepping outside of your left hand, out to the side. Nice wide step. Drop the back knee down and bounce your hips just a little bit. Your elbows can be nice and long. You can work on your fingertops to create a little more length. And you can go deeper by bending the elbows and coming down. On the front foot, you can open the inside of your foot like a book, yeah? So that you can get a little bit deeper into that left hip. Fold and breathe. To go a little bit deeper, the left hand can come inside of your left thigh. And you're pressing away to roll the ribs up to the sky. Big open hips. Exhale, release. Transition just the way you came into it. Pick up that back knee. You're stepping back. So you gotta use your core to step back to downward facing. Beautiful. Lift the heels high, bend your knees, little steps, little hops, or a big hop to the top. Lengthen halfway up and exhale back. Bend your knees, sit low. You're looking for chair pose. And inhale, rise. Exhale, arms down. Mountain pose. Roll the shoulders back. Again, sit low, chair pose. Breathe. Exhale, fold. Hips up, head down. Lengthen halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees. Step back through a high plank. Bend the elbows straight back, lower chaturanga. Inhale and up dog. Exhale and downward facing dog. Step the right foot. So you know, take a big giant step between the thumbs. And this time the right hand comes inside of your right foot and you're going to just simply pivot. So you're in a wide straddle. Bend the right knee. Side lunge and side lunge. Pause at center. Bring the left hand underneath your face and lift the right arm up to the sky. I'm going to add a big twist. I did a video yesterday with for one of the studios that I work for, MF3, and we did core work. I'm going to add a twist. I'm going to lift my left arm up to the sky, and I'm a little sore from that core work. And then exhale, release. Now, second side. My right hand comes underneath my face. I'm sweeping the opposite arm up to the sky. I'm going to thread it underneath and sweep the front arm up to the sky. I know I'm mirroring you, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Exhale, release. Nice job. I'll bring my hands to my hips and roll my shoulders back. And then I'm going to look for goddess shape. Pick up my toes, turn them, bring my heels in just a bit, bend my knees. Goddess. Oh, this feels good. I need to rest after this. I'm going to add a little bounce, just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to lengthen crisscross and exhale, sit nice and low. Lengthen to crisscross and then sit nice and low. Inhale to rise and exhale to sit. Only 2 more. Nice. And only 1 more. Great. I'm going to bring my hands to my hips and fold. Pick up my hips, pull those toes in. Breathe in and out. And then I'm going to pivot. I'm going to turn all the way to my opposite side here. Pick up my back heel. Yeah. Using my core, I'm going to step back, downward facing dog, pedaling my feet. Breathing in and breathing out. Come forward through a high plank. Elbows bent back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. I'm going to look for another hip opener. I'm going to look for pigeon shape. Sometimes we tend to keep a lot of stress in those hips. I like lots of hip openers. Pigeon shape for me is this way. It could look a little bit different for you. Yes, if the hips are tight for you, you may need a prop underneath your sit bone here. You may need a prop behind, in front of your hip flexor. You may need blocks to lift you up nice and tall. Breathe. I'm going to fold forward. You can stay up nice and tall if you like. And then I'm going to look to fold a little bit further forward. I'm going to bring my forehead down. Inhale, lift. Bring my hands under my shoulders. I'm gonna pull my knee into my chest, hollow out the belly. Step back down, facing dog. Second side. Left leg lifts. Bend the left knee, open the hip. Left knee to the left wrist. You're trying to bring the front of that left foot behind the right wrist. That's only if your hips are nice and open. Right, that heel may have to be clear back here, and that's fine. But if you're rolling over too much to one side, you're gonna have to balance your hips by placing something underneath the left hip. You can stay nice and tall. Back leg is always long and on your mat. And then you can hinge and back fold. And then just release. I'm gonna slide my heel a little bit further forward to back. Nice. I'm gonna lift my chest, step back to my downward facing dog. Nice. Bring my knees down. I'm gonna lift my shins up and roll over onto my sit bones. And then when I come forward, I'm gonna look for a moment here to lengthen my legs long. I'm gonna add a twist. I'm gonna bend one knee first, step on my foot, my hands coming behind me, and I'm gonna lift the opposite arm and twist. Get a nice big twist out of that. Oh, put my hand up in a little bit more to turn. I can even look towards my foot, my leg that's extended. And then I'm gonna release. Second side. I'm gonna bring the heel just really close to my butt. Step on my foot a lot. I can step on it so much I can pick up my hips and move my flesh back, the flesh of my butt, and then I'm gonna pull my toes. My arms goes behind me, and then the opposite arm lifts to twist. So pull the belly in to make room to twist and turn and turn and turn. So twists are really great for digestion. And they're really good to detoxify the body. Helps with elimination, so twists are fantastic. Oh, and then exhale, come back to center. Now I'm gonna look to fold. You may be able to fold with your legs straight. You may have to bend your knees. I'm gonna fold as best as I can with my legs straight. I really should be using blocks. I didn't pull them out. Ah, that feels so good for the backs of my legs. And then maybe I can really bend my knees and then hug the backs of my legs. Give myself another big hug, big squeeze. Pick up my chest, and then I'm coming to my back. And that feels really good for me. Oh, nice. I'm gonna step on my feet. My hands will come to the ground. I'm gonna pick up my hips up and up and up. And exhale, tap them down. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. Up. And down, like bridge shapes, yes. Lifting and opening the front of my body. Exhale, release. And I'm gonna do one last one. Oh, so nice. Nice work. I'm gonna take my knees apart and bring the soles of my feet to touch, a bit of a butterfly shape. I'm gonna pick up my head and interlace the fingers behind the base of my skull and lengthen. Oh, I feel so good now. I'm looking up towards, I got skylights above me, so I get to see right out through the sky. And I love this room so much. So blessed to have this space. Blessed. I love this room. It gives me a lot of peace. The natural light is great. I love my plants. Makes me feel really good inside. So if you have a room, any room in your house that makes you feel good, really, you know how I'm feeling, because it's such a special spot, right? In my other house, I used to have my chair. My reading chair used to be my favorite spot in my house. Or just a chair. Not a whole room, but just I had this awesome chair. And so I'm squeezing my belly in and picking up my head. And then I'm going to do that one last time and hug my shins really tight. This is called Apanasana. I'm releasing my head down. I'm going to take my legs up to the sky and rotate my ankles a couple of times. Shake them out. I'm going to pull my right knee in, take my left leg long and add a twist to the left. Expand my arm out and up. Oh, so nice. other side. And I'm going to call it over after this. I'm going to just go right into my corpse pose. Of course, if you think that you need something else a little bit deeper, then you can go much deeper. Oh, thank you so much for checking in with me. And hopefully you got to move your body too. I'm going to take a big stretch first before final shape. Like a big morning stretch, toes away from my hands. And then I'm going to release my arms to the side and release my feet out to the side. And then I am going to zone out in my corpse pose. Let your body melt into the mat. Feel the support of the ground, almost like you're being suspended, held up. And then soften your breath and release and relax. And then give yourself thumbs up, right? A little bit of yoga is better than no yoga at all. And sometimes you can incorporate this into other stuff that you're doing, running. And, you know, if you're on your treadmill or Peloton, all the other stuff that you like to do. And then let yourself find a full sense of surrender and relaxation here. This last pose is something that's so valuable in our practice. It really helps us to integrate all the work that we do into the body. It's where I think where yoga really then begins after this. When your mind is balanced, your mind and your breath is connected, the body's balanced and together, and then from there you can move on to a little quiet time and meditating. Feels so good. I'm going to begin to bring myself out of it, but you're welcome to stay as long as you like. I'm going to step on my feet, and then I'm going to roll over to my right side, coming into a bit of a fetal shape, nice tight cocoon, and then I'll place my left hand on the ground and come up to sit. Find myself seated in a positive seat. We're here, maybe if you're sitting up this shape, or you can stay on your back, just really pause for a moment. Feel yourself a little more grounded, rooted, right? I feel like at this time where everything's we're being pulled left and right, we need a few moments to ground and sit in and feel connected, feel like we're in control. We have the ability to control our thoughts and our actions by bringing awareness to our breath. Be scary, but our breath is our innate tool to self-regulate. We were born with these tools. Simply by bringing your attention to your breath, you begin to create a sense of calm right away. Noticing your inhale and your exhale. I'm going to turn my palms up, ready to give and receive love. I'll take it. I'll take whatever I get. I'm grateful, so grateful for another healthy day. Put my hands to my heart center, sealing my practice. Hands to my heart. Namaste, sweet friends and family. Thank you. And I love you guys. See you real soon. Bye.